Welcome to New River Zen Community. This morning, I'd like to do a brief introduction to Zen meditation. You might be wondering, what is Zen anyway? And to give a real simple one-sentence explanation, Zen is a simple but profound approach to meditation and life itself that leads to clarity of mind and the direct experience of non-duality, non-separation, and wholeness. The other day, I saw an advertisement online for a spa, and it said, "Get your Zen back." So in everyday language, Zen has come into our culture, and usually it's used to mean someone who's calm, relaxed, peaceful, tranquil. And Zen is all of those things, but it's also a lot more than that. Some people practice Zen meditation as a form of human development, as a psychology, a way of experiencing in a deep way, gain insight into their feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. Some people practice Zen as a religion, as a form of Buddhism. And some people practice Zen as a spiritual practice. People from many different faith traditions practice Zen in order to open the mind to God or the great mystery. When we do Zen, we sit in meditation. We're silent, still, alert, and attentive. And when we sit in this way, the mind can open to something beyond the small, limited ego self. And you can experience non-separation. You can experience in a direct, intuitive way that you're not separate from the mountains and rivers. You're not separate from all the people and all the animals. You're not separate from the great earth or the sky and the stars. You're not separate from ultimate reality or the sacred. You're not separate from life itself. So Zen is a way to experience non-separation and wholeness and to lead a fresh, vital, sensitive, compassionate life. Well, Zen is not something you just talk about or read about. In order to understand Zen, you have to actually do it. So I'd like to spend most of our time today giving some brief instructions in how to do Zen meditation. When we sit in Zen meditation, we're awake and alert and attentive, not just with the mind, but with the whole body. So posture is important in doing Zen meditation. So I'm going to start out with instructing on correct posture for Zen meditation, and I'll have Charles come up here and help me with that. When we sit in Zen meditation, we sit with our sit bones on the very front of a firm cushion, and that raises the sit bones up off the ground and allows the knees to come down to touch the ground. Charles is sitting here in the Burmese position. Charles, maybe you could demonstrate how in the Burmese position you pull one foot up against the cushion and the other foot in front of that foot. This is the Burmese position without any foot on top of any other foot. You can also do the half lotus or the full lotus. Maybe, Charles, you could just demonstrate the half lotus. So this is the half lotus with the foot up on one thigh. But most people will be sitting in the Burmese position with just one foot in front of the other. So go back to the Burmese position. Thank you. Now, when we sit in meditation, I mentioned the sit bones are up on the front of the cushion, and there's a little tilt to the pelvis, a little forward tilt to the pelvis, and this increases the natural curve in the lower spine, and it opens the belly so that it's a setup for relaxed, natural abdominal breathing. So there's a little slight tilt forward to the pelvis, slight increase to the natural curve in the lower spine, and this allows us to sit up taller and straighter. And the shoulders are open. down and back as Charles R. The hands can just rest clasped gently in the lap, or they can be in the more formal horizontal cosmic mudra position like Jan has over here. In addition to sitting on a cushion, you can be just as awake and alert on a chair. And Jan over here is demonstrating for us the correct Zen sitting posture in a chair. In a chair, she's sitting on the front portion of the chair with her feet planted firmly on the ground. And this gives us the same stable tripod base that the Burmese position gives us, with the sit bones on the cushion, 2 knees on the ground. Here we have the sit bones on the chair, 2 feet on the floor. So we have a stable base. Same tilt forward to the pelvis, slight increase to the curve in the lower back, sitting nice and straight and tall, chest open, shoulders back and down, hands resting in the lap. The meditation can also be done on a meditation bench. And if you look at this bench, you'll see how it's tilted forward. So it does the same thing. It raises the sit bones up off the ground. And I can have that same little forward tilt to the lower pelvis, hands resting in lap, chest open, shoulders back and down. So that's the posture. Now, during Zen meditation, the eyes are actually left open. If the eyes are closed, there's a greater tendency to daydream or drift off in thought. So during meditation, we leave our eyes open, but they're cast down looking at the floor in front of you, maybe 2 or 3 feet in front of you. So if you look at me from the front, it might look like my eyes are half closed while I'm meditating, or closed all the way, but actually I'm just looking down at the floor. Now notice that I'm not looking down like this at the floor. The head doesn't tilt forward. The head remains straight over your shoulders, and just the eyes are cast down at the floor while we're meditating. So the eyes are open during meditation. Now that we have the posture down, the question comes up, what do you do with your mind during meditation? And what we do with the mind during meditation is we let our attention be on our natural breathing down in the belly. Just the belly rising with each inhalation, receding with each exhalation. We don't need to regulate the breath in any way. We just let our attention be on the natural breathing. If you've ever watched a baby laying, sleeping, breathing on his or her back, you see the little belly rise with inhalation, sink with exhalation. This is natural abdominal breathing. Most of you have probably had the opportunity to stand by the ocean and watch the waves roll in rhythmically one after another, and you can count on them coming one after the other, just as we can count on our breathing coming in one after the other. And you might have noticed, are all the waves the same size? No. Some are a little bigger, some are a little smaller, some get you wet up to your ankles, some splash you all the way up to your waist. So that's how our breathing is. When we breathe naturally, sometimes some breaths are a little smaller, sometimes some breaths are a little larger. We might from time to time yawn, great big breath. But whatever happens, we aren't trying to regulate the breath in any way. We're just letting our attention be on the natural breathing down in the belly. And what this does is it takes us out of our head and into our whole body, gets us down into our guts, our gut feelings, our whole body. So let your attention be on your natural breathing down in the belly. And when the mind wanders off in thought, you don't need to try to push thoughts out of your mind. Just don't add to them. Just don't join them. Let go of the thought and bring your attention gently back to just breathing. Just the belly rising with the in-breath and receding with the out-breath. The thought might come into your mind, what'll I have for a snack when I get home? And if that thought comes into your mind, just let go of the thought, bring your attention back to your breathing. Don't sit there going through the refrigerator in your mind, constructing a sandwich. Just let go of that thought. Don't add to it. Don't join it. Just let go of the thought of having a snack and come back to just breathing down in the belly. It's very simple. Now, I'm not saying that thoughts are not good. Outside of meditation, thinking is very useful and helpful. But during meditation, we're taking a break from our usual planning, problem solving, storytelling, dialoguing, she said, I should have said, whatever, all that chatter that goes on in the mind. We're taking a break from that type of thought to just sitting in the present moment, aware and alert. And when we do this, the mind can open to something beyond our directed discursive thoughts. So we're taking a break from directed discursive thought to sit open, alert, attentive, and in this space we can imagine something beyond what we could think up, beyond what we could imagine. So we're sitting alert, attentive, open to whatever possibility comes up. So that's what we're doing during meditation. Today at New River Zen Community, we're doing a whole day of sitting. And when we sit multiple meditation periods back to back, we do walking meditation in between. We'll sit in meditation for 25 minutes, and then we do a walking meditation for 5 minutes or so. When we do a walking meditation, you hold on to your left thumb and put it against your lower sternum and put your right hand on top of your left thumb. And we will be walking along close to each other like one body, one big caterpillar. When we're doing the walking meditation, don't worry about paying attention to your breathing. When we do the walking meditation, if the mind wanders off in thought, bring your attention back to just walking. Just the movement of walking or the sensation of the feet coming in contact with the ground. During meditation, when your mind wanders off in thought, come back to just walking. So during both sitting and walking meditation, the mind may drift off many times into thought, and that's fine. What's important, though, is that when it does, make the choice to come back to just the breathing if you're doing sitting meditation, or just the walking if you're doing walking meditation. And when we're walking, just walk. We'll just be walking close together. And what this does, this takes the ability to be alert and attentive during meditation and brings it back into movement. Because hopefully we're carrying some of our alert, attentive presence in the moment from meditation back into life as we move about in the world. I mentioned today at New River Zen Community we're doing an extended meditation, so we'll be in silence all day today meditating. We do this periodically. And we also sit every Wednesday evening over at Cooper House in Blacksburg. We sit for 3 25-minute periods of meditation with walking in between, and then the end of the evening on Wednesdays we have a Zen talk, which is called a Teisho, followed by time for questions and comments. Also, we do have a website, www.newriverzen.org, and on the website is our schedule if you want to find out what we're up to, what times we're sitting, contact information. We do have a website that you can check out. Also, if you're interested in more information about Zen meditation, there's more information in my new book, Selfless Love, Beyond the Boundaries of Self and Other. And this book is about how sitting silent in meditation can help you open to unbounded love and embody that love and compassion in the world. So now the group will do a brief meditation and a brief walking meditation. We invite you to come and join us any Wednesday evening and check out the website. When people join us on a Wednesday evening, we provide introductory instruction for any new folks. So feel free to come even if you have no experience with meditation of any type, or if you have lots of meditation experience.